Hey everyone, you're watching Board Game Talk. My name is Jet. When I first got into board games, the first game I bought was Dominion. And then I bought another game, and another game, and another game, and really I was just buying games that I liked. And then before I knew it, I had this monstrosity of games sitting here behind me. Most of the time I think of games in terms of games that I own, games I want to play, games I want to buy. But I don't know about you, but I also think about the collection as an entity. And maybe I'm being a little bit of a geek here, but I do think about my games as one unified collection, and I think about how I want it to grow, or how I want it to shrink, or where I think it's going to be in a couple of years. And for that, I've been thinking about trying to outline and articulate what that is and where I want this to go. And maybe this isn't an original idea, but I've kind of dubbed it hashtag board game collection goals. So today on the show, I'm going to go over a couple of my hashtag board game collection goals. And in the comments, you can let me know what your board game collection goals are. First one on the list, I want to keep board games that I want to play. Yes, I know that sounds super straightforward, and of course you would only buy games that you only plan on playing. Well, that's not necessarily true. Sometimes people buy games because they're the new hotness, they buy them because they're collector's items. Me personally, I would like to think that I'm going to play all of these games eventually, but there's a whole bunch of games back here that I haven't played. Cosmic Encounter, I've had this for over a year, haven't played it yet. Scoville, got this for Christmas, haven't played it yet. Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, still haven't played that yet, that's still in the plastic. Even Seven Wonders, which we've had for years. And I've read the rules countless times, and I've opened everything up, still haven't played it yet. In a perfect world, I would only have games that at some point I would play, and if there's a game I don't like that I have, or I'm just never going to get around to it, I want to get rid of it. Yes, I like having these games to look at in the back, but I'd rather have a game sitting on my shelf that I know I've either played or I'm going to play someday, versus one that I'm just never going to get around to, or one that I don't like. Number 2, I don't need complete games for anything. So for example, Legendary is one of my favorite deck building games, Marvel Legendary in particular. And they put out a ton of expansions. And for a while, I followed every single step of the way. So I got Dark City, I got the Spider-Man one, the Fantastic Four one, which is out of print and really hard to find, the Guardians of the Galaxy one, I even got Legendary Villains back there. But at a certain point, I just stopped. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I don't need the Civil Wars, the Secret Wars 1 and 2, the Deadpool one. I think I have enough for what I plan on playing, and that's fine. Number 3 on my hashtag board game collection goals, I want a game for all occasions. So, I mean, occasions can be different player counts, different interests, different thematic interests. So in big party settings, I want games that work with big groups, such as a Cash and Guns, or a Wits and Wagers, or a Codenames. If I'm playing serious games with my serious group, we've got stuff like Pandemic Legacy, or, just looking back here, A Trail at House on the Hill, Space Cadets, Imperial Assault, that kind of stuff. Whatever the group, whatever the occasion, whatever people are interested in playing, whatever I'm interested in playing, I want to have a game that covers all of that. Number 4, I don't want to break the bank. Since I got a job as a teenager, I've had enough disposable income to buy the cool toys I've wanted, from video games to comic books to whatever I was interested in at the time. A couple of years ago, it was board games, and I was buying games almost every single week. Eventually, with my bank account going down and a wedding coming up, I could no longer afford to live that lifestyle. And you know what? That's okay. I think in the grand scheme of things, I would rather pay to keep the lights on and to have running water and electricity and the internet versus another new board game on the shelf that I might not play for another 6 months. Last but not least, this one's very specific to me. I kind of want to keep my game collection to roughly the size that I have now. Not to say that I don't want to add any more games to it, but in terms of physical space, I live in a small condo, and there's not much more room for this collection to grow at this point in time. Instead of stacking up these games in the kitchen or in the bedroom or something ridiculous like that, I kind of want to keep it to this space and go from there. So where I can, I try and get rid of games or give games away if something is something that I'm not going to play very much or I just don't like. It's got to go. But I think that sticking with this particular space, even if it is artificial limit, is kind of good in the long run. It also helps not break the bank because I'm conscious about how much space everything takes up. And in the grand scheme of things, I probably have more than enough games to get by. So those are my hashtag board game collection goals. What are yours? Tell me in the comments and let's have a bigger discussion about what we think about the current state of our collections and where we want them to go. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And check out my website as well, inthirdperson.com, for more videos and articles about video games, board games, comic books, and other nerdy pursuits. So until next time, I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com, and thank you for watching.